Hello everybody, welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming for the last week of February 2022. I'm your host Mark Hai, and let's dive right into it. For our first top 3 story, the esports space, they back up Ukraine in this invasion that is from Russia. As we all know, Russia and Ukraine are at war with the entirety of the world on edge. Watching what's happening in Ukraine right now, it's an unfortunate situation, and esports has been no different. They've been impacted to come and support Ukraine and its people as well. To be honest, I don't like discussing politics at all, but this invasion has encouraged basically every part of life, from business to politics to culture, just to esports and gaming as well. And so people have responded by kind of punishing Russia first, right? So Riot Games, they've postponed their VCT Europe games. 𝗶𝗶 Legends Global Series, they've also been paused, as well as the PUBG Mobile Pro League CIS has been paused. 𝗠𝗿𝗶 actually 2022, that one's actually been going on, but Simple, a Ukrainian player from Na'Vi, he was stating that he stands with his real friends, which are his teammates, most of whom are actually Russian, and that he wants to do esports, right? So he doesn't really want to be involved in politics. He says esports is a way for people to get away from politics, but unfortunately people just kind of see through it, right? Obviously there is that relationship between politics and esports, so unfortunately you have to go through it, and all he wants is peace for Ukraine and the world. So he hopes that this can get resolved as soon as possible, so that he and his teammates and friends don't have to really deal with this conflict anymore. With Victor Goossens opening up Liquid's Netherlands, I think apartments, right, for non-Liquid players as well, and providing for other esports players outside of Liquid. I think it really shows the esports community is coming together for this total just terrible situation that Ukraine is in, and Ukraine's people, and even Russia's people, because a lot of them don't necessarily agree with what the Russian government's doing, right? So it's an extremely tough time for those in Ukraine, and I know they're standing strong to defend their country. The official Ukraine Twitter has actually allowed cryptocurrency donations if you are wanting to donate to the country of Ukraine. Apex Legends Mobile is going to be coming to 10 countries in the near future. It actually entered soft launch in 2021 on Android in both India and the Philippines in April of 2021, and the countries now will include Argentina, Australia, Colombia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Mexico, New Zealand, Peru, Philippines, and Singapore, right? So only 10 of the 20 Apex Legends characters will actually be available from the start to play, but we'll probably see more coming in soon. Since EA actually announced their mobile revenues have increased 78% to $277 million this last quarter, this signals that there's more and more priority on mobile, even for these AAA studios who typically go for PC and console games, which I think is really good. Through that Glue acquisition in 2021, it's not analogous to Battle Royale shooters, but it still shows that EA is making a concerted push against its competitors who have also been doing stuff in the mobile gaming space, like Valorant Mobile, Battlefield Mobile, PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile, Critical Ops, things like that. These are all competitive shooter games, and you can see here EA is also diving deep into that. So I'm excited to see how this goes as a mobile gamer myself. Nintendo have acquired SRD Company. They've worked with Nintendo for 40 years in regards to programming, and SRD doesn't really make any games. They simply help in the programming of games. They help in the original Super Mario Bros. And Legend of Zelda games, as well as Animal Crossing. There's probably going to be no new games from this, but Nintendo's strengthening its vertical integration of their gaming assets and value chain so that they can have more resources to create other games if they want to. So to me, this is a very strategic decision to differentiate themselves from the Activision and as well as Bungie, because they were acquired by the bigger companies, right? They've also mentioned they're not looking to acquire third-party developers. And the president, Shintaro Furukawa, has said that any acquisition needs to preserve the Nintendo DNA, and since Nintendo moves slowly on the acquisition side, this is a nice addition to their portfolio. For reference, their last acquisition was Next Level Games in January of 2021, and they produced Luigi's Mansion 3. So since Nintendo are willing to spend up to $880 million on internal game development and $440 million on non-game development, as they stated in their president's last call, this shows that they have lots of growth ahead of them too, and they're also expanding their 2 offices in Japan. So they're all about internal development instead of acquiring. As far as partnerships go, 7-Eleven partnered with Psyonix. They're going to have the naming rights to the North American RLCS event, now called the 7-Eleven Slurpee Cup, and an exclusive in-game 7-Eleven themed custom events or items can be obtained via Mountain Dew, Doritos, and other products purchased at 7-Eleven stores. One Esports partners with Mobalytics. They're looking to create unique co-branded content about analytics to improve players' performance in esports, as well as to target that Gen Z and millennial esports audience. PepsiCo's Mountain Dew partnered with NB Gaming to be the presenting partner of CDL's major at the Esports Stadium Arlington in Dallas, Texas. The Mountain Dew Spark Zone will be for fans to win prizes and interact with the game as well. Moonton partners with Esports Middle East, which will entail a MENA-focused series, which will be divided into 2 seasonal splits and have a $200,000 prize pool here. The winner of the tournament will represent MENA region in the 2022 M4 World Championship. Liquipedia partnered with OVH Cloud. OVH Cloud will provide Liquipedia with cloud servers that support its database and give smaller servers for testing that enables new possibilities and features for the overall Liquipedia website. ESL Gaming partnered with 𝗠𝗿 and 𝗠𝗿 for the first partnership. They'll work together to promote ESL Gaming's photos on the 𝗠𝗿's platform for additional editorial use and to show the behind the scenes and iconic moments as well, starting with 𝗠𝗿𝗶, which actually commences today, and then 𝗠𝗿, that is a premium partner of the ESL Meisterschaft. Fans and teams will get their products and community activations as well. In Esports partners with ESTV. As a result, the AMA World Fastest Motorcycle Gamer Challenge will be shown in 48 countries on linear TV. Talon Esports partners with SteelSeries. They will become PSG Talon's official gaming peripherals partner, which is Talon Esports League of Legends team, and there will be product testing as well as part of the partnership. Godlike Esports partners with Indian cricketer Rahul Tewatia. He's not have much of a gaming and esports background yet, but not sure what role he'll play, but regardless, sports and esports integrating is always a good mesh. As far as finance and M&A goes, Tencent acquired the Polish developer 1C Entertainment. They will be rebranded anything with 1C in its name and within 6 months of this acquisition completing, and then 1C Entertainment have published over 100 games, most notably their aircraft simulator 𝗠𝗿𝗶 𝗠𝗿𝗶, as well as Men of War franchise. As far as workforce changes go, Melina Kong joins TikTok to do gaming influencer operations. She has over 7 years of experience in esports, working at the orgs like Gale Force and Dignitas. She recently did influencer marketing at Trailer Park Group. 𝗠𝗿𝗖 𝗠𝗿 has been promoted to president at King. He has been at King for more than 10 years, and he was the chief development officer and now will be leading as the president of the overall studio. Gareth Jones has been promoted to head of Playdemic Studios. He has over 25 years of experience in the gaming space and 10 years at Playdemic. He started as the COO, then was the head of production, is now the head of the entire studios. Matthew Boyd and Chris Insolera joined TSM as the head of research and insights and the VP of sales respectively. Both are reporting to Ned Watkins, and Matthew was formerly at Nielsen for 6 years, most recently as the VP of esports and gaming. Chris was the VP of global partnership sales at BSC Global, who oversees the Brooklyn Nets. He also spent 8 years in sales with the Yankees. As far as new stuff goes, GameScore Esports launched Fourth Frame Studios. This is a content production and creative execution studio with former FaZe Clan VP of content Femi Okusanya leading it. There's also Jordan Fisher and Mark Razul who will help with the studio as well. Faceit launched their esports ad platform called Faceit Ads. This will provide brands with ad space on Faceit, and the goal is to leverage their market insights and user base to continue their monetization. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Credit to the authors and brands themselves for the images and information provided. If you know someone who finds this valuable, please share it with your network or just tag them down below. And as always, have a great day, everybody.